Love is in the air again, guys. We get the latest horror movie based off of a holiday. And this is it, guys. This is my spoiler review. Make sure you check out my spoiler-free review over on my TikTok in the description below. Make sure you give me a follow over there. And as always, I'm Toxin, your friendly neighborhood center. You know what to do. Slash that subscribe button. Ding that little bell to let you know every time I upload so you can keep up to date with me, guys. Now, Hard Eyes.
Valentine's Day.
Happy V-Day!
Get killed, all right. What was...
Why would he say that?
We all grew up, I feel like we all did, depending on what kind of type of mom you had. Or you had a single mom, whatever. Or you had a single dad. Either way, we all grew up watching romantic comedies, like the chick flicks and all that. I know there was times where I was irritated when my sister put on Sex in the City. But then at the end of it, I was screaming at Big, like, why did he do her like that? But anyway, this film, it takes that cheesy storybook fairy tale love and it amps it up by 12 and it throws in a couple of bloody scenes and a serial killer chasing after you. This film, wall to wall, was filled with laughter. It kept me entertained. It kept me at the edge of my seat. Going into it, we have a serial killer, Hard Eyes. First off, I do love his outfit is kind of basic. I feel like you've seen a lot of serial killers, a lot of slashers do that with the trench coat where it has all these little compartments underneath the jacket for all his weapons. This one did the same thing, but his mask is what really entertained me. I was like, dude, it looks funny. It does look like the emoji hopped off the screen and popped onto somebody's face. No more heart emojis. And it looked almost like fleshlight colored, but this guy was ruthless. This thing was not only funny, but it was bloody. The blood and gore, it just matched it. And it was just funny how, like, I don't know, like, thinking about, like, Valentine's Day, thinking about romantic comedies, and then adding blood to it, it just makes it that much more hilarious. Y'all know me, I don't watch trailers. I don't really watch teasers, just depending. So I was going into this blind, much like I did Companion, which is up, by the way, so make sure you go check that one out, too. That I went into this blind, so I don't know what exactly I expected it. But let me tell you, it didn't disappoint. It was a lot better than I thought it was. But it, like I said, what kept me engaging, what won me over was the laughter. It takes a situation where this girl breaks up with her boyfriend because she's scared of love and she doesn't think she deserves the best. We've all dealt with people like that in our lives. So she runs away from love, but she still is stalking this guy on social media because he moved on so quickly. And then they do this cheesy, oh my god, we ordered the same coffee to this new guy. It's the same exact coffee, even though it's like a coffee that everybody fucking orders. They end up hitting heads a couple times, even drawing blood from the guy. And it was like that cheesy, oh my god, it's like love at first sight. But of course she runs away. She actually works for, I think it's a jewelry company that is, all jewelry companies go with the holidays. That's where they make their money. And I guess she's doing this kind of campaign where it's called Till Death. Literally taking every tragic couple throughout history, throughout cinema and history to actually and show oh my god, it's like you could get diamonds till death. But it was really depressing and didn't make, I can tell you one thing. I already don't really care for diamonds or anything, but like this one made me definitely want to stay away from fucking jewelry stores. But it was funny because then it's like it had to do with I forget from Titanic, that couple, Bonnie and Clyde, and I just thought it was hilarious. And then that's when she meets the guy that she ran into at the coffee shop. He's coming in to take over the job because she's doing such a shit job. They kind of clash over dinner, and that's when they get a little taste into each other. They profile each other. Well, you're just that mama's boy that does this and that and thinks the world is this and that. But he's like, well, what's wrong with thinking that I deserve this way or I deserve better? While she singles herself out like, yeah, this is what happened, my parents died, it's not real, this is not real. It's like love is just a sham. So you're already kind of going into it like, okay, what kind of people this is. Even though they run into their ex at the as they're walking out, she kisses him, and that's what sets the target on their back from Hard Eyes. He's in the distance watching. It's Valentine's Day. He's watching couples because this is just a huge smorgasbord, restaurants, the movie theaters, whatever the case may be that you take your loved one. And that's what put a target on their back. It's crazy because this one, I feel like going into horror movies, if you watch as much horror movies as we do, you can kind of call who is who's the potential killer, when the jump scares are going to come out. So it's not really surprising, but we go to it because we want to see how this storyteller is going to tell the story now. So watching it, yeah, I was like, the The jump scares really weren't crazy when they do jump out at the stuff. And I feel like this again. This is going back to the serial killer. I feel like there wasn't really nothing unique to him besides his mask. I feel like I've seen serial killers do crossbows. There he has an imitation of Jason's machete. He has throwing knives that have heart emojis on it. I just think that's kind of cheesy. His arrows were kind of cool because like it looked like the tip were arrow shapes, and even like the feathers at the end that guide it for the wind resistance, it looked like it was heart shaped as well. So I thought that was kind of unique. But again, if I show you a razor glove, you're gonna know that's Freddy. I show you an overgrown butcher knife, you know that's Michael Myers. I just wanted something besides his mask that was like more unique to him. So yeah, it's just a bloody smorgasbord after this. He's just killing ruthlessly, killing interesting. He stakes one police officer with a flag through the back, America. And he's cutting people left and right, throwing knives. I think one interesting kill, which we're going to fast forward to, that because they're actually blaming the date or whatever he is. I think his name's Alex. He's the guy from Scream franchise. I think one of the kills interesting is when he gets a 4-way tire changer and stabs it through one boyfriend's mouth and gets the girlfriend's mouth and stabs it through the opposite way, like leaving a hole through it. I thought it was very interesting with the killings. Again, it was very, very bloody, so I like that. And it's the thing is with me is like, okay, it's once we found out who the killer was, which it turns out to be a cop, which it turns out to be actually Mia Toretto, Dominic Toretto's sister in the Fast and the Furious franchise. She's a serial killer.
There's always room for family.
And then I don't know him from anything, but the Asian guy that she's with, it's like a duo. I feel like Scream kind of like changed the game with slashers, that it took it to where, okay, now it's like a duo all the time, or it's like more than one all the time, which is not a bad thing. But I feel like because they're obsessed with Saint Valentine, even though I feel like Valentine's Day really has nothing to do with Saint Valentine, but whatever, to each his own. I feel like their reasoning behind it, like it being a kinky.
He's like Cupid with a kink.
I guess like you could probably have like a worse and a more cheesier kind of reasoning of why doing it. Like maybe one of them was her and like, okay, we're gonna take it out on every happy couple that we've seen. I feel like that may have been basic. So taking it up and amping it up and making it about sex, like this is our kink, this is how we get off, is killing couples on this sacred day, yada yada yada. I was like, okay. It kind of took me out of it from that point. I was like, all right. Even though their death was pretty cool, Mia ended up getting her. I think their names were Hobb and Shaw because her partner detective was the guy who did Casper, the guy who played Stan in the Eminem music video, or
Dear Slim, I wrote you, but you still ain't calling.
The guy from Final Destination, like wherever you know him from. But like it was like Hobbs and Shaw. She even referenced that because Fast and the Furious. That like the movie, like, and they didn't know what they were talking about. So I was like, okay, I thought that was funny, and that was a little homage, whatever. Even though all those movies suck after the third one, but whatever.
What did he say?
Anyway, so like going into it, like the death scenes were pretty good. The death by the wax, the shooting and gruesome of the arrows, the decapitation of the statue of Saint Valentine because he was decapitated. It was good. The gore was good. The action was good. The soundtrack was hilarious because it was like those cheesy romantic songs over the top. And yeah, and I even like at the end where the woman is hyping up her friend to go chase after that man, that she deserves happiness, to go chase him through the airport. Let's focus on that real quick. All those times where like they're chasing and they chase him up to the gate. How the fuck did you get through TSA? Like, you don't even have a ticket. So how the hell did you get through TSA to where you could chase them all the way almost to the gate of the airplane? Bullshit. Anyway.
What? What the fuck?
Like, she ends up hugging the wrong person, but like the whole script that she's telling her, like, dude, this is why you deserve it. And she's literally including in her monologue titles of fucking romantic comedies like Love Actually, 10 Things I Hate About You. I was just laughing through the entire thing. And I think I probably upset because there was a lot of couples in the crowd because I could see people to my left kind of looking at me. Maybe I was being loud, but I was just laughing because I was like, dude, those are movie titles. This is cheesy. This is the fairy tale book of happiness, and I think it's fucking hilarious because it's not always like that.
So long, Mr. Lonely.
I'm not bitter, not at all. But yeah, guys, I give it, just because it was funny, it had me laughing through the whole thing. I give it 2 thumbs up. I'm gonna give it a good 7 out of 10. Again, because what saved it for me was just the laughter, and then the whole concept behind it, the whole making fun of rom-coms was hilarious. Yeah, guys, this is my spoiler review again. Make sure you go check out my spoiler free over on TikTok. And like I always say, if you're not sinning, you're not having fun. Beware the moon, guys.